Hello, my dear students. Hope you all are fine at your home. Today we are going to start with our first chapter. The name of the chapter is Internet Basics. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about Internet and its components and various terms related to Internet, HTML and protocols, blogs, web address. All these terms we are going to discuss in this chapter. So, let's begin with the chapter. Okay, firstly, I would like to give you the introduction of this chapter. Networks are everywhere. Any multiple things connecting together and enhancing reach form a network. You have heard about terms like network of roads, network of rails, and network of computers around the globe. The internet. In this chapter, we shall talk about some technical basics related to networks, especially internet. Internet and its components. As you all know that internet is a computer-based worldwide information network. It can be assumed as an example of WAN, wide area network. The internet is composed of a large number of smaller interconnected networks. These networks may link tens, hundreds or thousands of computers, enabling them to share information with each other and to share various resources such as powerful supercomputers and databases of information. Internet is not a thing which you can touch and feel. It is made up of many components offering various different types of services. Let us talk about these internet components in coming lines. From this paragraph, we came to know about this that internet is not a thing. Internet is a combination of various databases, supercomputers and various resources combinedly form a internet. Now let us discuss about World Wide Web. From the late 1960s to the early 1990s, the internet was a communication and research tool used about almost exclusively for academic and military purposes. A WWW is a set of programs, standards and protocols governing the way in which multimedia files are created and displayed on the internet. The World Wide Web is also affectionately called the web. WWW was proposed between 1989 to 1991 by Tim Berners-Lee. WWW became a reality with invention of HTML and a text browser in 1990. Now let us talk about the difference between WWW and internet. Most people think that WWW is internet itself, which is not true. A large part of the internet is www. This is made up of websites that have one or more web pages. This is the part of the internet that you probably use most of the time. But the internet isn't just the web pages that you use every day. It also consists of forums, research databases, Usenet, and email and instant messaging. Forums where people can seek help and advice about a topic, research database used by universities and large companies, Usenet, discussion groups about a specific subject from the latest boy band to favorite pets, for example Google groups, email and instant messaging. I hope this is familiar to you. Emailing and instant messaging app, WhatsApp and all that social networking apps you are using, that comes under this category. It is really important to understand that the internet is not the same as www. The internet is to the World Wide Web as Europe is to Germany. One is the container, the other is an item within the container. Before we proceed further, it will be good if we briefly discuss about the internet terminology. We are introducing some basic terms related to internet. One of the term is client. Client can be any person, like we people whenever we are going for a shopping, we are asking to the shopkeeper to give to show us some stuff, so we are processing or we are requesting a shopkeeper to serve our need. So in this case we served as a client. So in the field of internet, any computer on the network that requests services from another computer on the internet is termed as client. Server is the shopkeeper, that means a person who serves your requirements. So any computer that receives requests from client computers processes and sends the output. Web services respond to web related requests. There can be other types of servers to handle different types of requests and actions. Web page, any digital page document hosted on internet is a web page. Website, a collection of internet connected web pages. Web portal, a website or service that offers a broad array of resources such as email, forums, search engines, among others. Examples, sites like MSN, Yahoo, India Times, etc. Web browser, a program or software on a client server that retrieves information from the web. Some of the examples are Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, or all the basic web browsers. Okay, web client. A web client is a program or a component on a client side that requests and uses services provided by the web server. URL, the full form is Uniform Resource Locator. It is a unique address of a web page on the internet, as each web page has a unique address on internet. So URL decides the address of each web page on the internet. Blog, short for weblog. A blog is a web page that serves as a publicly accessible personal journal for an individual. In our previous class also we have discussed about blogs, like for example one of the major used blog nowadays is Twitter. Blogger, the person who creates a blog. The author of a blog is called a blogger. Blogging, the action of writing a blog is called as blogging. Newsgroups are internet discussion forums where group of users with common interests gather to discuss a common topic of interest. If you remember, I have given you an example of WhatsApp group in which you used to chit chat about all your relatives and friends, that she has done this and she has done this. This kind of groups are known as newsgroups. And email, short for electronic mail. Email refers to messages distributed by electronic means from one computer user to another. Email address, every email has a unique email address, that like you people must be having your email address or an email account on Google. So this is known as email address. Here they have given example also, myeduacc@edupillar.com, like email IDs. Many people are having their own email IDs. You people must also having your email IDs with you. I hope you are familiar with this word email address. So these are all the components of internet terminology. Okay, now let's talk about web server. Web server is a computer that stores websites on the internet and delivers web pages to viewers upon request. That means whatever you type in search engine or in Google, web server is responsible to fetch all the details of your required search, and it is only web server is responsible to give you all your request pages. So web servers are generally programs or software that wait for requests from the web browser. Some of the web servers are Apache, IIS, NetSite, etc. Now let us discuss about the difference between server and web server. Server is a computer or device on a network that manages network resources. A server serves requests mainly related to resources on the network, such as for sharing a resource like printer or a sharing storage, etc. Web servers are computers that deliver web pages. In technical terms, we can say that they handle HTTP requests. For example, if you enter the URL in your browser, this sends a request to the web server whose domain name is edupillar.com. The server then fetches the page and send it to your browser. Now let us discuss about services provided by a server. Server provides many services. One of the services, equipment resource sharing. That means high quality printers and photocopiers are often designed to connect directly to a network, and all authorized users can share the equipment. A server is responsible for such a resource sharing request. Centralized file saving or data sharing. It also helps in data sharing. Centralized virus scanning. Most file servers run virus scanners constantly to detect and take care of viruses introduced by many users on any computer. Centralized backups and so on. Like servers, web servers also provide many services, like serving web pages, running gateway programs, controlling access to the server, monitoring and logging all access, and server-side scripting. Now it's time to discuss websites. A website is a collection of web pages, as I told you earlier also, which are digital files generally written using hypertext markup language, that is HTML. We people have done HTML programming in our previous classes, in which we have designed web pages. So HTML is the only language in which websites are being designed. For a website to be available to everyone in the world at all the time, it must be stored or hosted on a computer that is connected to the internet round the clock. Such a computer is known as web server. Now, components of a website. There are certain components of a website. One is web host. Hosting is where a website is physically located. Address. This is the address of the website. When someone asks to see a website, he or she needs to put this address into the web browser. Home page, design, content. And the navigation structure. Navigation structure of a website is the order of the pages, the collection of what links to what. Usually it is held together by at least one navigation menu. Here I have shown you a difference between web portal and website. Collection of launch web pages of array of web services like email, search engine, weather, gaming, etc. is web portal. Whereas collection of web pages offering a specialized content pertaining to the need and goal of the organization is known as website. It is normally an entry point or a gateway for using the offered websites. Website is often the final destination to access. Portal generally linked to many other websites that provide these web services. Website is generally linked to its own web pages. Some of the examples of portal are Google, Yahoo, Rediff, MSN, AOL, and websites. Examples are edupillar.com and cbscacademic.com and so many websites like your website. Okay, the next major term is web pages. A web page is a digital document that is linked to the World Wide Web and viewable by anyone connected to the internet having a web browser. It can contain any type of information such as text, color, graphics, animation, video and sound, and so many things. Now let us discuss about the components of a web page, or what does the web page contain. Basically, web page contains two types of components. One is content wise and one will be structure wise. If you talk about content wise, that means what will be the main content of the web page. It will include hypertext, that means any kind of digital text which is more than just a text. It can include information in various media formats such as text, graphics, sound, images, video and hyperlinks. And the next is hyperlink, refers to a link from hypertext file to another such file. This is content wise component of a web page. And if I talk about the structure wise component of a web page, then it will include page title, header, body of the web page, navigational links and footer. Page title, this is a single line text which displays on the title bar. As you all know, where we display title. Header, this is generally a 1 or 2 line text, sometimes a graphics or an image. Body of the web page, this is a section below the header of the web page and it contains the actual content of the web page. Navigational links, these are the hyperlinks placed on the web page using which you can move to the link web pages and documents. Like many of the if many of the websites must be having like links in their own web pages. By clicking on that link, you just direct to the another web page. Sometimes it happens that you got a link on your WhatsApp browser. What happened when you click on that link by default opens in your web browser. So these kind of links are known as navigational links. Footer, this is the bottom section of the web page. This is a section where usually the copyright notice, website contact information, etc. is put. So this is all about today's topic. In my next video, I am going to discuss about the remaining topics in the chapter. Till then, we just go through the notes that I have provided to you. Stay safe and goodbye.